Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel if you are new. Hello, my name is V. I post nail tutorials every Thursday and Sunday at 8:15 a.m. Central Time. For today's video, we're going to be doing a watch me work video. I did go ahead and leave out the backfill process. If you guys are interested in watching that, make sure to check out my other videos where I do that. I just felt like for the purpose of today's video, I would focus more on application and the nail art. We are starting off using my Efile. I have her at a speed of about 4,000 RPMs. That's my comfortable speed when working on the natural nail. For the process before we get started with our acrylic application, I am going to be fully removing the lifting she may have, along with buffing off the shine from her natural nail, which will help with the product adhesion. You want to make sure you remove that shine. Carefully removing any lifting. She does have a little bit, but once you get it nice and thin, it's very easy to remove that. I'm taking this cuticle prep bit. This one is from Profiles Backstage, and I'm just very quickly taking that along that cuticle area and removing any excess dead skin. Now, when it comes to prepping, you absolutely want to do it thoroughly. I go ahead with all these steps as that ensures that I fully remove all that dead skin. That is going to help tremendously when it comes to the nails lasting a long time. So make sure you are really getting rid of that and removing all the excess oils, and you should be good to go. I do still have my Efile at a speed of 4,000 RPMs. Now for the cuticle area, I'm taking the cuticle ball bit. This is going to gently buff off and remove that dead cuticle, which also just makes the nails look a lot better. You want all that nice and dry skin to be removed. It just makes everything look a lot cleaner. So I'm just gonna go ahead and gently buff that off. I have now moved my speed to 5,000 RPMs. And if you find that that still isn't doing the job, go ahead and up it one more. 6 RPMs should be good. Now I'm taking the Kiara Sky Lint Free Wipe with a little bit of Young Nail Swipe, and I'm really cleaning off that natural nail, taking off that dust, and also dehydrating the natural nail. So we are fully removing any excess dust, and then using this also as a dehydrator, which is going to help remove any excess oils and really just prep the nail for the acrylic. Now I'm taking primer. I accidentally left mine at home, so I am using my coworkers. This one is Young Nails Protein Bond, and I'm just really scrubbing that in just on that natural nail area. It is important that you really cover that space. This is going to really help that acrylic stick to the natural nail and prevent any lifting. Now, as mentioned before, I do 2 coats. It's just my personal preference, and I feel like it works best for my clients, especially my hairstylist clients. It helps their nails really last a long time. Now getting right into our acrylic application. For today's video, I am using the Not Polish Acrylic Monomer. Along with that, I am using my Sculpt It Like It's Hot acrylic brush from Profiles Backstage in the size 10. It was the one that I had right there. Honestly, love this brush. Absolutely recommend it. It's definitely beginner friendly, so highly suggest you guys check it out. They also have different sizes, and they also have it available in the color purple. So I'm starting off using Ice Queen from Not Polish, and we're going to quickly apply that as our base. We are going to be doing a white and red set for today's video, so we are using Ice Queen for the white. This is my favorite white. It is absolutely bright and very, very opaque, but it's super easy to work with, very, very blendable, and I know a lot of people struggle with chunky, chalky whites. This one is not it. You're not going to have those issues, so definitely recommend this one along with all of the other Not Polished products. Now for the red, we are using Big Lip. This one is from Not Polish as well. Super vibrant, bright red, super opaque, and again, always super blendable and very easy to work with. We're starting off with a medium-sized bead. I am placing it around the middle section of the nail, quickly working the product downwards. If you're holding the finger in a downward position, the product will help you and it will make application a lot easier. It will start gravitating towards the bottom and you kind of just have to guide it down lightly. Now we're working our way back into the cuticle area. I placed a small bead right above the first one, blended that out. Now in the cuticle area, I'm going to place it right under that cuticle, gently push it upwards, and then very, very quickly blend it out and clean up the sides. You want to be very, very careful with colors like this because you can easily stain the client's skin. But if you continue to wipe your brush on your napkin and remove all that pigment, when you go back in to wipe around the skin, you shouldn't have any color transfer. I'm going to go ahead and finish my acrylic application and we will be right back. Now I'm taking clear acrylic. This one is from Not Polish. We are going to be applying that on the surface of all of the nails. We are going to be encapsulating these. I talk about this a lot on my channel, but I like to work with very thin layers just to save some money when it comes to colored acrylic. And so I like to apply the bulk product with my clear acrylic. I'm basically focusing on the entire surface of the nail and the areas that really need a little bit more thickness. Now once everything is nice and dry, I'm taking my Efile once again. Now I have it at a speed of about 10 to 11,000 RPMs. Along with that, I'm using the Kiara Sky 5-in-1 bit. These are my favorite. This one is the silver one in medium grit, and I'm just going gently around that cuticle area because it is a tapered bit. It makes for easy access to that cuticle area, and then the thicker part of the barrel makes it easy for the entire surface of the nail. So I go around that cuticle area, make sure that it is nice and flush, and then I go across the entire surface of the nail, making sure everything is nice and smooth. And on that nail specifically, I felt like it was a little bit chunky underneath, so I went ahead and just filed very lightly underneath, and it kind of thinned it out a little bit. Taking my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file, we are going to be shaping these nails. I'm taking that and filing the sides, just making sure that I didn't mess any of the shape up with my acrylic application. And then we're going to be flipping the hand around to look at the nails from the client's perspective. This is my favorite part. I feel like I'm able to see any imperfections from this point, and it just brings the whole shape and sharpness to life. So definitely recommend flipping the hand around to make sure you do not miss any little details. Now I'm taking a sponge buffer from Profiles Backstage and quickly buffing the surface of the nails. We are going to be doing some nail art, so I want to make sure that my canvas is nice and smooth. And to do so, you want to vigorously rub that buffer on the surface. Of course, make sure you are holding the finger very sturdy. You do not want it to be wiggling back and forth as much because it does become uncomfortable. And remember, we always want to make our client feel comfortable. Taking another lint-free wipe, I'm going to be cleaning the surface of the nail, removing excess dust while just cleaning around that cuticle area and prepping for our nail art. Now for our nail art, I am taking my Macart nail art brushes. This one is the white one from the 3-pack. They are linked in my Amazon storefront, so make sure you guys check that out if you are interested. I am going to be using the black frosting gel paint from Profiles Backstage for this step. We're just going to be doing a simple plaid design on this nail. So we're starting off with a thick line, and then we're going to be doing 2 across, one near the top and one near the tip. A lot thinner than the first line. And I'm just making sure that I'm holding that finger nice and sturdy, stabilizing my hand with my pinky, and very carefully wiping off that gel from my brush. So I have just enough paint on it and I'm able to do nice and straight lines. Now for the index finger, we're going to be doing slanted lines. It's going to be kind of a candy cane sort of feel to it. So we're starting off, since I'm already using black, I'm going to go ahead and add that to all the nails that need black, which would include the index finger. Again, holding that finger nice and sturdy and stabilizing my hand with my pinky. I went ahead and cured that in the light for a full minute. Now I'm taking my gel liner from Not Polished. This one is the white one. And I'm taking that with very little amount of paint on the brush. And I'm going to be using very light pressure and drawing a super thin line inside of those black ones. And a good little trip to do is move the finger you're working on to your advantage. You'll see me kind of roll it back and forth just depending on where I am placing the nail art. So always make sure you are trying to make your life a lot easier and use their hand and their fingers to your advantage. So as you can see me kind of rolling it off to the left so that I'm able to see the right side a little bit better. And again, since I'm already using the white, I'm going to go ahead and finish off that candy cane sort of nail, and we're going to be adding thicker white lines in between the red and the black. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish that. We're going to be placing that in the light again for a minute. Now for the middle finger, we're going to be taking that white gel paint again and be drawing some sweater nail design. Super simple design. I have showed it a ton on my channel before, and I know a lot of the things get repetitive, especially when it comes to holiday nails, but I feel like no matter how many times you watch it, it's still a nice refresher. So I'm going to go ahead and still let you guys see this portion. We're starting off with 2 long lines down the sides, and then we're going to be doing 2 lines down the middle next to each other and then connecting them together. Then on the sides you can do little dots or little lines as well. Now as the gel paint is still wet, I am pouring on some of this pixie glitter from Profiles Backstage. It is super thin, so it makes perfect for sugary nails. And then we're going to be placing it in the light for a full minute. Now I'm taking some of this jewelry gel from Not Polished. This stuff is amazing. I used it on myself and I couldn't get the crystals off to save my life. So I'm just placing a little bit of that around that cuticle area, and we're just going to be adding a cute little accent of crystals. We're starting off with a big clear one, 2 red ones on the sides, 1 green one right in the center, and then 2 tiny ones in between the red and green ones. Super simple. I am taking this crystal applicator from Not Polish and applying those, making sure that I'm really pressing that into the gel so that there are no areas of the crystals sticking out. I went ahead and cured that again in the light for a full minute. Now, once we are out, I'm going in with the Young Nails Stain Resistant Top Coat. This thing is amazing. The only downside to it is that it does have a tacky layer, but I am okay with that. If it is going to not get stained, especially for people that have their hair dyed or clients that are hairstylists, this thing is a nail saver. Definitely recommend it, especially if they want really light colors like white or nude. It definitely makes them last super clean. So I'm just going ahead and really pressing that into the nail art, adding a thin layer to the entire surface of the nail. We're going to be curing that in the light for a full minute. I like to do 2 minutes just to be safe. And of course, once the top coat is fully dry, we are taking a Kiara Sky Lint Free Wipe and a little bit of Young Nail Swipe, cleaning the surface of the nail, just removing that tacky layer. I have definitely forgotten sometimes, and they are super sticky, so definitely make sure you remove that. We are now going in with my favorite cuticle oil from Profiles Backstage. This one is in the scent Goddess. And I'm just lathering that onto her skin, rubbing it in with my finger very gently, going down the sides to ensure that I don't need any more filing. And that basically concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a ton, and I will see you guys next time.